Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Sorry, I'm trying this on YouTube, so we are live on YouTube. So just give us a few moments for everybody to hop in, everything to get set up, and we will start going. Let me see where this shareable link is. Share on here. There we go. I'm live. Okay. Okay. Let's see how this works. Alright, just gonna give it a few moments for everybody to hop in. I don't think I'm live on Twitch, but I am live on YouTube, so we will see what the crowd brings today and what is going on. So, just giving it a minute or two for everybody to hop in and we can begin. Let me actually let my Discord know as well. And one moment. And if you guys are in chat and you guys are on YouTube, it'd be awesome if you guys said hello or something. Just that way I know everything is working. Live, but on YouTube. This will be a little test stream. Alright, just gonna see how many more people we have on here and we can begin. Okay, so we're getting some people in here. Cool. Alright, just give it a moment. Just gonna give it another, I would say another 2 more minutes and we'll get going. Nothing overly exciting other than we just keep capping up, which is good. So when you guys the people who haven't longed finally decide to long, let me know because then it's probably time to short. But everything looks good. All the structures are broken, so we're in all-time high area, so everything is looking beautiful. We'll go ahead and check the data in just a moment as well. Just waiting for everybody to hop on. Didn't really get to check anything yet today. I've been just messing around with crypto a little bit more, but we will definitely... There was a couple of stock plays. I did go ahead and play Rolls Royce today, so started scaling in this bad boy. Wanted to play a little bit more OTC players, so this was nice. I think this one will be an easy play, at least $3. And it's OTC, so I can buy a lot of it. Gold, if you notice, gold just going up. So we'll wait for everybody to get in before we continue. All right, cool. We're getting some people in here, and we will begin shortly. I'll just keep tech open for now since that's what looks the best. I don't know where you guys are at. I don't see anybody in chat, but I see you guys are on, but I don't see anybody. All right. We can just go ahead and begin now. Everybody looks like they should have a playback feature on here, so that's what's being done. So we can just begin with the SPY levels for today. Let's go ahead and draw those bad boys out, and we'll begin. So we'll just turn off my magic lines that I have all over the place at this point. So turning everything off, continuous gap ups. The biggest thing that I want to go ahead and point out over here is that until this structure breaks on Ichi, there's no need to go bearish. You had 3 prime examples on that one not to break, and we all did this every single time live. So now going down to lower time frames, the only thing I'd want to keep in mind is that we are gapping up aggressively, and we did for a couple days now. So there should be some kind of pullback point. So right off the bat, if I am going to draw a pullback point, let's draw these lines back up. We'll just keep it at the red line since the line's already drawn. So that's the worst case scenario pullback or a reasonable pullback. Alright, so lower time frames is what I'm concerned about right now. Doubt we go ahead and break through unless Ben decides to dump this all the way through. We do have Kijun support down here, so I mean there is still a possibility for this to break, or we open up lower a little bit tomorrow and then continue to trend up. There's that gap right there, so we'll probably have to go a little lower time frames than this. I'm assuming this week's a full week. Oh look, visually right off the bat, FTA over here looks like we're going for the FTA, so this would be fantastic to go ahead and just break through the FTA for today. And drawing the levels for today, this is today's high. Alright, there we go. I wonder why I can't see the live chat stuff. I wonder if where this is going. Let me actually go to my own link. All right, so it's okay. I'll go ahead and come back into that anyway. All right, so these are our levels for today on the 1 minute time frame. And one more level would be, there we go. That's it for today. Well, if we can go ahead and clear over here, fantastic. FTA clear, we'll have to draw one more level after this, but we'll go ahead and see if we actually clear over the FTA within the next 40 minutes. If not, support test over here is fine. I want to go ahead and see the cloud formation turn or us break through. Worst case scenario, we close down over here. A little lower, we'll have to adjust. So that's the best I can do right now, the way the price action is looking. 5 minute time frame. That'll probably give us a little bit more clarity. If we go back into the clouds, Keaton starts turning, this will be done for today, which is normal. I mean, we did fantastic in the morning. Anybody who was playing calls in the morning probably did a minimum of 60 to 100%, depending on what types they played. So, they had plenty of time to exit as well. And minimum decay. This probably killed it, but aside from that, fantastic move for the morning. So, down is totally expected at the end of the day for me. Alright, and now let me go ahead and see if I can open up this actual stream thing and see if I can see you guys. And now let me go ahead and see if I can open up this actual stream thing and see if I can see you guys. Alright. Okay, there we go. I can see. Alright, there we go. Yo, what's up, guys? I will say hi, too. There we go. Alright, let's go check data for today, see what's looking good. So anyway, back for what I did go ahead and play today. The Rolls Royce is one of the ones that I played today for the people that are just hopping in. Why aren't people calling me? Stop calling me. Alright, hang on. We'll go to Rolls Royce in a moment. Let's just check the data for now. Is this Microsoft coming in? Okay, so Microsoft's coming in. Oof. Strong order flow for Microsoft. Let's skip over to the Microsoft chart real quick. MSFT. Okay. MSFT's great. So it went ahead and pretty much hit our 248 level over here. I'm going to go over here where the Ichi's on and everything. That'll be better. Alright. So once again, the biggest focus here was at holding up the cloud support, and validation was tight, so it was worthwhile of a play. Looks like we're getting a little stuck over here, but this one should go ahead and run much further than what it's at right over here. There is an earnings concern over here, so earnings isn't until the end of this month, so it should still run into earnings, but me personally, I'd get out before earnings. But that's just personally me. What else do we have? Yeah, but Microsoft looks really good. They're finally starting to buy some dated plays over here, which are decent. Short-term plays. I mean, these could be run-ups for pre-earnings or whichever it is, but I personally like these, the 5/7s. What else do we have? In general for today, we're 66% bullish. If we go overhead and go to the technology sector over here, 86% bullish on the tech sector. What other sectors do we have? Financials over here. We're kind of just neutral over here. Industrials. I'm super bullish on industrials. They all had a little bit of a pullback over here. So these all should start ripping a lot more than they normally do. So like, for example, X, I think they might have like a midday pullback. Probably about Wednesday. By Wednesday at the latest, they should be getting ready to pull back up. So a lot of these are looking very nice. Let's look at the expiration dates for these. So just to keep in mind, GE is another one that's setting up beautifully. Let me just run to the tech because I'm gonna get all over the place if I don't do this right. Okay, so tech. Let's go down here to the 15 minutes. Okay, one moment. All right, so the 1 hour time frame is the focus over here. So the biggest focus on a lot of these tickers is that we were having a downtrend since about mid-March, but now we're approaching to the point where we're having cloud entries and we're having cloud explosions. So once these things start exploding through the clouds, right off the bat, I'm going to be aiming for levels either February highs or I'm going to be aiming for the previous highs that we got stuck at. So right off the bat, there's my two levels. Like, this is going to be the same thing for a lot of them, but I'm just picking UA as an example. So UA is an example over here on the 1 hour chart. So level Target levels over here at 1957. Let's see if there's data supporting this. That one is UA. Well, for today, it's 93% bullish, so that's good to see. Short term, but still, I'm not looking overly long term just yet. So short term data is definitely in here. The reason it's short term is because I'm looking on lower time frames, like the hourly time frame. If we go to the daily, it's a little bit of a different picture over here. Daily just needs to go ahead and actually clear over here, over the 1886. But we're over the major points that we needed to clear over. So we ended up clearing over the Tenkin. Just need to confirm and close over. Nice volume coming up. No closure of the future clouds. Once again, earnings is coming up on 5-6. So that's probably the reason for the not that many dated earnings. We can go, already went 7 days back. So that's the reason probably for the lack of dated calls. But still, either way, once this earning passes and we know where the structure lies, it should be ramping up at this point. Right about here. Midweek. Dude, I've had like 6 phone calls. Everybody knows me. Okay. Hang on. Till 4. Okay. Alright, let me close my door because these people are gonna come. Alright, get out of here. Go back. Let's go back. So Under Armour's there. We got AMD. Okay, so AMD's finally trying to set up as well. Not confirmed yet on AMD, but the major resistance structures that we were worried about, which is the 20 SMA, the Kijin. The one big focus over here on the daily on the AMD is the 20 SMA curve over here that looks like a hook, and the cloud closing over here. Earnings, once again, is the only issue over here with earnings. Once we're done with earnings, we should be good to go. But if we can get a head start on earnings and get into the clouds and start breaking back up to 90, we'll be good to go. So this one is on watch. Not as set up as the other ones, but if we go down to the hourly looks a lot better. But what we're trying to catch at this point is, because I've missed some of these with the hourly entries, I'm waiting for the dailies to set up just a little bit better, because we're going to have an FTA coming up on a lot of these as well. So if you notice this FTA level over here, that should slow things down, at least cause me to get entries again. Snow, same thing over here. Snow looks good again on the hourly time frame. Once again, cloud structure looks good. A little bit of weakness over here, but aside from that, 263 looks good to go. Going on the daily time frame. So daily time frame, the 263 level, once again, cloud break needs to happen over here. That's why 263 is the level over here that needs to flip as well. So that makes a lot of sense. So just needs to clear over the Kijin level over here, and we can go ahead and focus. But on watch right now, not fully set up on the daily. Marvel over here going right through the FTA. So beautiful move for Marvel. So as long as it holds up over the 48, Marvel should start continuing up a lot further. Daily cloud structure is closing up over here. So a lot of these higher targets for Marvel still lie. This was just a dip for opportunity. $75 is the higher targets for Marvel. So this one should be an easy ripper. Let me see what my YouTube thing is saying. Okay. Alright, so if we did... ATVI is another one. They still have tons of stuff to release right now, so this is nothing but buy volume coming in. I mean, this is beautiful. So much volume coming in right now, and right through the FTA, cutting right over through this one. If we go ahead and check the data for this for the last 7 days, ATVI bullish, bullish, bullish. Short term, but not a big deal. The reason it's probably short term once again is seems we have a lot of major earnings coming up for tech in May, in the beginning of May. So it's going to be a very important beginning of May. So that's why, once again, short-term plays are coming up, and I might as well just increase capital short-term. All right, let's go back out. I mean, dark pools are active too, which is nice. Let me go back here. ATVI. TJX over here, another one that's setting up. I mean, it's been consolidating for the most part, so my more so invalidation level over here is something like this. So just a more so pure commons play on my end, and speculation pre-earnings. So no options on this one. EA is another one going right through the FTA. Overall, I mean, this structure is really nice. This is easily going to go to all-time highs. If we go overhead and go over to the weekly level, I mean, weekly level's starting to recover, so given that this level, this doesn't Kumo twist into a bearish twist again and end up dumping out like this, we should be good to go. So just a big focus on this one would be May and how we struggled through May. If we end up coming down to the blue line again, that's fine. Or if we end up coming down to 130, that's fine. We just don't want to break underneath 125. Roku looks like it's finally ready for another bounce up. Dotted line is basically the invalidation level. We need to go ahead and absolutely clear over 342. And then I would be targeting 367 and looking for a flip over here at 389 for a move probably about the 520. I got to get off the weeklies. This weekly is really nice. So this is beautiful weekly setup over here. But going over to the daily, so just a little normal pullback on the daily, but this one should go ahead and continue. Invalidation would be either the black line or a cloud entry, but looking for this 20, 25 level to flip. MasterCard just needs to ramp up off this level over here by 414, and once it does ramp off, the only real resistance level is this 386 level, and then we're good to go. But overall, MasterCard's been in pretty much a range since last summer. I mean, I'm so bullish on Cisco. It's not even funny, but it's more so on a macro time frame. So bullish is probably back up to the 2019 highs. So $60 for Cisco does not seem undoable, and I'm sure there's data that backs my own thing. This is just for the last 7 days, and let's go to the dated players. 2023 players, they know. Even if you're doing a split, you can still manage your split. So 2023 55 strikes. I mean, this January $60 strikes. I more so prefer the 2023s at this point. We can just go back and data all the way back to the year and see what kind we got going on. I mean, look at this. All these 2023 players coming in for this at insane prices. Totally doable, totally high, and they're going to get deep in the money. I mean, they're already deep in the money. So regardless of all that, I mean, this is easy money. So whenever I see dated players like this coming in on order flow, it is fucking fantastic. I mean, it's the simplest thing. You just got to find things that are in macro trends that have given discounts that have never been seen in quite some time and that are good companies. Do I think Cisco is going to be gone in the next 2-3 years? Not at all. No, not one bit. So my biggest thing about my stupidity about this one was not buying the dip on Cisco at 33 and not realizing that none of the macro structure since 2017 broke. This COVID just seems like it just was a dip for the big guys to get a bunch of buys in. And then the second dip over here that recently happened is another one. So just not that many dip opportunities that we get. Honda Motors. This is more so a common play based off what Michael Berry said. So, I mean, it's up to you. I'm just holding on to comments just to hold on to some Japan things. So, yeah. Sprouts Farmers Market. A little bit of resistance over here at 28, but consolidation is good. A little bit of a pullback would be even better because overall, once we do flip this 28, excuse me, once we do flip that 28 range, it's right off the 35. I got to get off the weeklies. The weeklies are too... you guys... A lot of people don't like weeklies, apparently. I mean, the weeklies are the best to figure out the time frame, but everybody wants faster plays, so I'll entertain it. I'll entertain faster plays. MM's a pass. I mean, Intel, I'm in comments for this one, so Intel is going to easily run a lot higher. I'm $70 target already right off the bat for Intel. Weekly setup for Intel is beautiful. I mean, you're looking at a fib extension right off the bat at 76, so me aiming for 70 is simply just aiming for the break of a high from January. So this should be easily doable. Beautiful looking. What else do we have? We have... And I will get to what you guys are saying in just a moment. Yo, thank you for everybody for joining. So, I mean, as far as everything goes right now, what's your guys' opinion? Wait, what do we have this on? Do you guys like the YouTube flow? I mean, so far, I mean, is it easier to access it more so? I know the other one's more interactive, but I'm really just curious on which one Because a lot of people complain because a lot of people say they're at work, so they want to watch stuff, and they don't get a chance to. Alright, let me go back here. Let me run through these bad boys. CVS, no. Okay, Apple. See, Apple's setting up on the lower time frames as well. The only real level to break on Apple over here is right over here. So once we break over here on 127, 120, yeah, 127 seems to be a fair level. And then 130, and then we're good to go back up to 137. If we go over here to the daily time frame on this, daily time frame setting up as well. You can see the cloud structure that's closing. Let me turn off this horrible blue whatever's in the background. Okay. Yeah, cloud structure is closing over here. I mean, see, that's the thing. Like, so many people were aiming for this lower gap over here. I mean, it's just so hard to assume in stocks that something like this is going to get filled. I mean, in crypto, 21% isn't anything. But when I come to stocks, to see something like this tank 21%, I would say that's probably a bleed that would happen over time. Not something that just happens, hey, we're going to flush out 21% in a week. That's pretty bad news bears for Apples if it does that. So right now, I'm just focusing on my price structures right now. If cloud structure goes ahead and closes and we get into the clouds, all we need to once again clear is the 127 line. So doesn't matter what time frame I look at it, ichimoku still works out for me. I mean, we ended up starting to go through after the FTA. So the only comment I would say on the FTA was that at least we did not break through the FTA lower. So it's good that we stayed sideways on the FTA. You can see the bullish TK happening. This motherfucker still is calling me. Dude. Okay, come by. Jesus. Okay. Alright. And we have... What else do we have? Energy I wanted to double check as well. Because I'm personally in energy. Hey, everybody's really, really bullish. See, look, energy needs to hold up. We're holding up on support. I mean, the future cloud focus is on watch. But we're having a huge problem breaking over the Kijun, the 20 SMA. We really need to clear over the structure. So oil in general is on watch. Just going to go to the watch list real quick and show you another thing. I mean, this is another one. I'm down on Zynga. I actually haven't even checked Zynga. I know I'm down on Zynga. So Zynga should easily pay. I have dated calls for Zynga, so anything Zynga you buy... I mean, look at Facebook. The one biggest thing that I've been continually talking about Facebook is... Look, Facebook has been in a fucking range for so long. It's like the easiest thing in stocks. Whenever I see a range for the longest time, especially when it goes out almost a year, all you have to do is just keep an eye out for either order flow or do whatever kind of breakout there is. I mean, I don't care who you are. If you've been trading stocks and you have some kind of understanding of a chart and you see a simple range, you can come up with 1,000,001 ways to play a range, whether it's on a daily time frame or whether it's on a 15-minute time frame. There's just so many ways to play it. So noticing Facebook going like this, and I always attach Zynga with Facebook. This is easily going to go right through the FTA like butter. It's already breaking through levels like butter. I told you guys I was down, horrendously down over here. We've already had aggressive days up, so I haven't even checked my portfolio. But I'm sure it's starting to get back up now because this is very aggressive volatility. So main point that we need to hold up is the level in between these red lines. You can see the cloud focus turning over here. So we'll have a little bit of structure resistance up over here, probably around this level and likely this level, but if Facebook keeps going the way Facebook's going, it's going to be beautiful. The other one that's a fantastic play that's going to go ahead and turn back over. Watching Twitter very strongly. If Twitter ends up closing out over here on this clouds over here, we're probably going to look for a pullback around 55. But if this ends up holding and breaks back over the 20 SMA and flips back over to black, we're looking for a cloud recovery and back over here. I mean, at this point, we've had devastating losses on Twitter as far as dated calls go, so this should be a nice one. For now, look, see, they're coming in. $80 calls, $65 calls, people in my house calls, $60 split. I mean, these are a little out there with the strike dates, with the $80 strikes. That's really betting OTM, and you're not really getting that much of a discount for OTM. So, and let's, on that note, we're going to go ahead and switch it over to, just wait, what time is this? Yeah, we still have time. And then in the last 15 minutes, we can do the chart request. I'll go over chat. Okay. Yeah, GM. I know a couple of you guys tagged me on GM today on Twitter. Yeah, dude, GM flow looks fantastic. You know why GM? I mean, even regardless of price action or order flow, GM got left out the whole time GE was going up. I mean, there wasn't really that. I mean, there was some chatter of it, but I just feel like they have so much more to release on their end. I mean, Data has been fantastic as well the whole time, but what is wrong? Sir, my charts. Bother changing tabs all the time. I do. I do hate that. But you guys should be nice and give it to me for free. GM is looking fantastic. I mean, the cloud. None of the cloud structure is losing. That's one of the biggest points over here. I mean, a lot of these stock plays, if you can find ones that are getting cloud structures bounces, that's like the easiest play. Wait until the cloud structure breaks, because once the cloud structure does break and it starts going bearish, it is gonna go bearish. I mean, it's almost guaranteed. I can't tell you how many times I've seen structure go bearish, and I've been like, well, let me try to fight the trend because I'm gonna do my thing. Horrible idea. Horrible idea. So only concern on GM would be earnings, but it's just so strong looking. I would still go ahead and probably play through earnings and go dated. If we go over here on the weekly end of things, 2017, I mean, this is a very fresh breakout from 2017 resistance. So, fantastic move on this one. Fantastic move. How high are we right now? Currently just off the New Year pump. We're only about 20% up. That's not much. That's really not that much. That's not much for options. I mean, it's much for options if it was going a little bit more crazy up, but that's really not much for such a big major structure breakout over here on GM. So this should continue a lot higher. I mean, let's go just double check the data over here as far as the strikes go. 618 summer 75 strikes. I mean, these are just for now. Let me just go back to the year. I mean, there's just so much data that's supportive. I don't even need a chart. I can just pick out a later strike and just sit and relax. 90 strikes coming in for 21. I mean, let me just go over here real quick. I mean, buy ratings galore. There's not a single analyst that's going to give you a sell rating over here right now. So, not a single fucking sell rating. All buy ratings, all over the place. Okay, so we have a weekly extension over here on the fibs that right off the bat lies at 75. 75 weekly fib extension. Now, let's ignore all that. Let me give you another thing that's super simple. Super simple. Even simpler than this one. I've told you guys to look up the B-bands and figure out how those things work. So I hope at this point you guys have figured them out because they're the most simplest things in the world. Do you see this weekly B-bands compression over here? This has been in a very tight weekly B-band squeeze. We squeezed down over here. And then this was the first thing. So we squeezed all the way down over here. We've never squeezed this thing. Squeezed all the way back down to a 2012 discount. They gave a discount to their children and their children's. And now we're extending outside of the weekly squeeze. Now this weekly squeeze is going on since 2012. We've been in range in this B-bands range since 2012. So if we take this to another step up, this is just beginning to ride the clouds up at this point. So there's only up for GM. There's only up. If they continue with the trend and they continue following everything with what they're supposed to do, this is going to be one of the easiest investments in the world. Any kind of pullback for me is meant to be bought. And something about not financial advice I'm supposed to say, so none of this is financial advice. If you guys follow a Spade on Twitter for financial advice before he gets to Series 7, you're a fool. Alright, so enough excitement on GM. Let's just finish up with some more data checks over here. Let's check out my favorite plays. But before we do that, look at this. American Airlines. Look at this. This is so, okay, I don't even know what American Airlines is at, but this makes me excited to see $40 strikes coming in for 2023 right at when we're at the cusp of crypto. I mean, not crypto, what am I saying? Right when we're at the cusp of coronavirus getting done. I mean, this is just all this is fantastic. Everybody's getting a vaccine. You're getting a vaccine. I'm not getting a vaccine. He's getting a vaccine. I'll get it, just not yet. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Wait, let me just do America. I guess I'll just check the chart for shits and giggles. American Airlines. Oh man, look, this is the B bands break. We have the weekly B bands break. I mean, the monthly B bands break over here that happened at the beginning of March. So sure, we'll get some pullbacks here and there, but overall, this is a fresh breakout on a downtrend that's been happening for quite some time. So either we get the range on the upper B bands like we're seeing over here, or we get the fib extension that's saying we're going all the way to 33. Data over here is saying $40 calls, which is going to put you in the money when you get to 33. Well, not in the money, but very deep in money, very close to getting in the money. And then when we get the extension outside of the B bands, that should easily put us at 45. So this is looking beautiful. When did this start dumping? 2018. So we haven't even hit any of these highs that we've hit at this point. I would figure more people are going to FOMO into travel now than ever. I mean, look at this. This is just beautiful. Once we get back into this range over here, over this 33 level at this 1.618, it's going to be fantastic. It might look a little, it doesn't look the best right now because I feel like there's still uncertainty. Me on my right now, on my end, I'm still unsure about this whole shit, like what's going to happen. So me personally, just from a risk management standpoint, I'm still a little cautious on stuff like this. That's why I personally only want to bet on certain airline stuff, like Boeing over here. The Boeing setup's fresh. Still looks very nice. Support tested over here on the 20 SMA on the monthly aspect. Just need to go ahead and flip over here. But I was bullish Boeing over here. So before they started fudding out Boeing over here, this whole entire consolidation point, and then they got their children's to get in. I mean, I'm still bullish on Boeing. It should easily hit 400. I could make this a joke and say 420. But, I mean, I'm just bullish on it. It's more than just airlines. It's defense and airlines. So, all right, let's do some chart requests since we have some time. Just going to go hop over to SPY, and we can go from there. Reset the levels. Looks like we're doing fine with the levels. Nothing going on right now. Ben is doing his job. So looks like we failed to break through the FTA over there, but we didn't really get to update it. But looks like we're going for it again. So went through the cloud structure this time versus the FTA. Still, we do have to go ahead and adjust this level now because we're running out of time. So I would say at this point we need to go ahead and clear this. I mean, it's done. This is done for the day. I don't believe we're going to be going over 407 at this point. Fantastic price action, but this wick is very depressing. I would prefer price action consolidate in here before we blow through. Cloud structure is kind of weak over here, so we'll see what happens. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, it'd be fantastic if we go up at this point. Tech is moving, so tech is one of the big weights over here. So we'll see. I'm just really iffy on this wick. All right, chart request. Let's go to the top for the people who got in here. Yeah, thank you everybody for staying in here. For why the Twitch change? No, it's not a Twitch change. I just wanted to test something out on here and get everybody's feedback on this and get a couple analytic thingies going on. But yeah, no, I'm gonna definitely go back to Twitch. All right, let's see. The first one we had in here was Tesla. Can we chart Tesla? We can certainly chart Tesla. And before we even chart Tesla, I don't want to look at the chart. Oh man, I looked at the chart. Damn, am I gonna be proven wrong? I mean, if we go through, that's fucking fantastic. Look at this. Wow, we're gonna have to stop for a second. What's it doing here? Like I said, if we go through here, that's fucking fantastic. I just don't think that's possible. Yeah, this is pulling back. I'll see you lower. It's trying to go through the FTA. So that's a very good thing for Tesla over here. Consolidation over here would be fantastic. So this is a great example. So if we don't get an FTA break over here with SPY, this is on the 1 minute. So ignore the fact that this is on a 1 minute. But if we get another rejection over here on Tesla at an important point, it just means it'll consolidate over here and we're going to look for a cloud entry. The play still lies at 825, but we need the structure to lighten up on Ichi. There's too much resistance right now going on Ichi. But looking on data for today, it looks like they're just aping into stuff. Commons player over here for a quarter mil over here coming in. So very heavy player coming in for Commons. So right off the bat, this was off the open. Let me just double check something off the open. Big players with different kind of money. What was the open for today? Today's open was... Okay, so today's open was open. is over here at 930. So yeah, this player bought. If he didn't buy pre-market on this one and he bought on the open on this for 930, the way it's looking for me is that this guy really didn't make too much money unless he bought it like exactly at the dip or got some kind of nice entry. I'm assuming this is going to go ahead and help continue to trend up, or he's betting for a little later of a play currently. So it's nice to see players coming in while the trend is still looking semi-bearish to make the trend go ahead and go bullish. So very nice to see this quarter mil player coming in. Let's go ahead and check the premiums for today. 400 strike block player. I mean, that's concerning. It's for next year as well. So it does have time. It could be in hedge as well. I mean, it's not the worst play in the world. It's only a $200 difference over here. And just going on a macro time frame once again on Tesla. So $400 is down over here. I mean, 400. That's once again, like, there is a block down here, so it pulling down to 400 wouldn't be weird, especially since we have an FTA coming up. I mean, I'm looking on the weekly, so the FTA doesn't come up until June. So if we end up coming down a little lower, we don't start breaking over this gold line at all whatsoever, yeah, then you'll have an issue with Tesla coming back down. But if we can get over this gold line, I mean, we have a lot of just this only structure to really break is up here. So we'll see how we do on this FTA and what happens. It's just such a wild play to play. What else do we have? Let's just check the lottos. Fuck, I gotta do your guys' chart. All right, let me run through these chart requests real quick. PLTR. Okay, PLTR. This is data for today for PLTR, so summer plays are coming in a little bit for puts, dated out plays. I mean, all right, we'll do PLTR. See, you guys make me want to talk about all these good ones. PLTR, daily structure. So Ichi structure isn't there for PLTR just yet. We failed to break over the FTA. One positive thing I would say for the FTA is that we didn't break lower on the FTA, so that's very good. Currently, the major structures that we still need to break, we still need to break over the Kijun. If you notice all the other stocks that we brought up today, they're all either cleared over the Kijun, the structure for the clouds is starting to turn. If you look at this one, the clouds aren't turning. Nothing's happening here. We're getting on resistance. Whether you have my Ichi on or whether you're just looking at price action. And let me throw this in for the price action, fellas, over here. So, once again, even if this is price action and I'm just drawing horizontal lines based off left and right, we still need to clear over this point before we begin. And that's the midpoint on the 20 SMA. So I don't care what kind of trader you are. We still need to clear that point. And data still isn't very bullish for dated players. I mean, there's splits coming in for puts. I mean, it's a little meh. So I'm not really overly excited on that one. Damn it. Here comes the guess. Tesla... Apple leaps have been rolling in. Oh, have they? Let's see what kind of Apple leaps are coming in. Pelosi buying her own dip. Apple dips are coming in. Look at these leaps. They're fantastic for today. Oh, my God. Look at this. Look at them. Look at them. And look at the... Okay, so here's another fantastic example. Once again, this is speculating on data, but I'm confident in my speculation and saying that this is totally doable. So if you notice up over here, you have these players that are buying these calls over here that are these dated out leaps. But at the same time, conveniently, you see a 126K player coming in as well, coming in with puts for $90 puts. Okay, look at the size differences and look at the size difference over here. So if you go long over here with such big sizes, going long with a 126K put isn't unusual. So in my mind, it's just, hey, you can manage on the downside if we have a couple downside days. Let's say we have an aggressive downside day on Apple and they FUD the shit out of Apple one day. Your 126K could easily turn into 500K depending on how those options pay out. And since you're out for 2023, that same money that you just profited a hell of a load of money on, you can add on to any of these calls that you're buying into, whether it's the 85 strike or the 90 strike, assuming that you're the same player and you did that kind of management. And when you're at these kind of levels and you have so much money and you're able to manage and you're smart, that's what the smart thing to do would be to do. If you're buying dated out leaps, it doesn't hurt to have some kind of play management in there. I don't do that because I just do it in terms of capital management. I don't have to do the play management. The reason I don't do that either is because A, I don't have the time to do it, and well, it's just I don't have the time to do it. I don't want to sit there and manage my leaps as well. Hey, stop!
He's trying to steal his food.
Benny, pick up the food and the little thing up there. Sorry, the doggies were fighting. I thought it was the Sophias. Alright, yeah, spies. I mean, this would be fantastic if we get through. Alright, let's go. What's the next one? Yeah, we can't send subs or bits. Yeah, I know. We're definitely going to go back to YouTube. I mean, to Twitch. I'll probably have to put my regular videos up here. I just wanted to try this. So, I appreciate you guys sticking through it. Will Mead is bullish on Next. Are we going to short Next? I mean, Will Mead's good sometimes. Yeah, I'm not buying Next when Next has been running up. I mean, it could go. What is this? Oh, it's one of those sub $5 stocks. Next Decade. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I'm not against it. It's oil gas production. Okay. I mean, I guess you can get into it. If you're going to do a lotto play instead of an options lotto, I mean, this is a spot lotto that would reduce a lot of risk. So, I mean, it's totally doable. So, if you were going to do an options lotto, I would prefer you rather do something like Next over here to follow continuation. Mogo. Yeah, we can certainly check Mogo. Mogo Inc. Visually, right off the bat, I mean, I like the fact that it's in consolidation for quite some time. So, since February as well. So, it should have killed some of the premiums as far as options go. So, we can go ahead and extend this out and see what we're looking at as far as premiums go. I don't think there'll be options. I haven't seen this name ever, personally, but we'll check. Oh, there is some data for Mogo. Alright, so that's good to see on Mogo. So here's an example. So Mogo, I have no idea what Mogo is. But right off the bat, I know that the structure looks fine. It's over major levels. It's still kind of bullish looking. It's consolidating. It's not something what we just missed out on or something that's been blown up. So it's still something that's playable. So what I'm looking now right off the bat is how am I going to play this regardless of whatever chart thing it is. So I'm basically trying to figure out where's the data lying. Is the data saying this is actually going to be breaking out of levels before I even start drawing lines? So with drawing lines, just to have visual levels for you guys, I mean, right off the bat, this is a visual level right here. We need to clear this level. So is there actual data pointing out that we're going to be clearing this level? Yes, there is. Look at this. So there's some Mogo plays coming in for $20 strikes. Hell of a fucking strike. 215 as well. So Benjamin, my man's, he hates dirt bikes and any kind of motors. So this 10-15s, these $20 strikes coming in. So if you're another set, so this is another series of lottos that are coming in that are dated lottos that give you time, and you get lottos on here as well. I mean, there's some risk on them as well, but if you're going to throw away your money, at least throw away your money with time. Don't throw away your money with weeklies. That's just silly. But I do love the data over here for March. Very dated plays coming in, low premiums, low open interest. For shits and giggles, how far back does this go? This has been in range since the 9th, and we had Ultimate Pain over here, 2023. So we'll check two different points real quick for data. I'll just check the 2023 point and see what kind of players are buying at that point. 2023 was on here, so let's check. I mean, nothing. They all started buying in March. We'll go back just a little further back. Alright, so yeah, they all started buying in earlier. If we wanted to just check a little further back, New Year's was the time to buy, and then 2-5 would have been the last time to get in and get out. Okay. So we'll do this, and then we'll do this. Nothing. So they're all just buying recently on Mogo. So they're just starting to buy. Oh, Mogo earnings just ended too. Oh, fantastic earnings. Oh, look, shenanigans on earnings. We did great on earnings, guys, but in this market, we dump on earnings. We dump actually significantly so people can buy in on good earnings. So good to see this market still fucked up. So this looks good. This looks fantastic. Who is that person that brought this one up? Sir Mogo Man. Fantastic play. I love it. I gotta add this to my list or I'm gonna forget this. Mogo. Yeah, I didn't think so. What are we at, 4 p.m.? We already closed out. Look at this. Yeah, I didn't think that level was going to break. That was a very significant level over here, and we had wick levels over here, so I can break out the order books and everything, but I'm not going to. So yeah, normal pullback over here, little FTA levels. So nice to see us close, but I'll finish out with your guys' chart request. Crypto? Crypto? Yeah, we can do crypto. Everything else was everything I looked at, so yeah, let's do crypto real quick. Let's do crypto. Crypto. I mean, price compression on Ray over here. It ended up breaking to the upside on the price compression support test. So still looking for the upside over here on Ray. So just kind of just waiting on Ray to move. As far as altcoins go over here, I mean, there's all these things are still ready for continuation. I mean, they're all going to be breaking up to the upside. They're all still continuing. I mean, a lot of these projects are actually reasonable projects. XTZ longs were just a pity long. Why not? I mean, this had a hard time breaking anyway. It didn't perform at all this whole alt season. It actually went down while everything was going up. So I would say this is probably about time the money to rotate to $10. AGI, BTC pair easily going to keep going. XLM should easily go to $1 given that we stay in the structure. I'd probably aim for about 71st, 85, then $1, but should easily continue up. That's another one. Consolidated broke out, should easily run up as well. SXP starting to break out, so this was another one I pointed out. So still going, still should continue. $6 is technically the target over here because we were looking to double this, but their community is full of bots and full of like shills and full of. I mean, it's a fine thing. I have a swipe card, nothing's wrong with it, but yeah, very, very market heavy. So this should go ahead and pump a lot more. CRB, here's your guys' free money call. Okay. Once again, not financial advice. Just free money. What do you think will happen? This is the only one that has not done this in the USD pair. I don't care what this is. I don't care if they like. All right, I can't probably say that, but yeah, this is gonna go to the moon. This should easily go. Lua. The only issue I had with Lua is I mean, it still needs to clear over levels. I mean, it did a fantastic pump. And that's the issue. Whenever you see fantastic pumps like this, you're supposed to technically exit. So it had a beautiful pump out of range, almost a 90% pump. So to expect more is really to expect more, considering we had range for how long? We had a range for all of March for people to get in and get a 90% pump. So maybe if they announce something else, maybe if we get into the clouds, it'll be better. But just got to keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind, yeah. What else do we have? That was CRB, ONT. ONT is going to continue. Fresh breakout on ONT. Oh my goodness. ONT should continue a lot higher. Look at this. We have targets up over here. So send ONT to about $5. Wow, fantastic. Volumizer coming in with barely any kind of range move breakout. What is this? How much of a breakout did we get? Oh, we didn't do anything. What is this? A 40% breakout? A 30%? 25%? That's nothing. ONT is going to the moon. Bcash, we're out of range, so we're back out of the range that we've been in for the longest time. So maybe a pity long for Bcash as well. It is through the FTA. The only structure break that we need to do is 727. So as soon as Bitcoin can break 61, soon as these majors can catch up over here. IOTA over here. IOTA structure still strong. Yuan still strong. Litecoin at the end of price compression, waiting for a price breakout to the upside. Should go ahead and continue. Just need that move breakout with Bitcoin, and then we're good to go over here. Qtum still going. Algo. So Algo just got done with the price compression move that the retrace that it had to do after a big gigantic run. So it should be ready for another pop up. I would say about 220 is probably a decent target right off the bat. NMR is still bullish. I mean, I've been bullish on this project for a while, since like the longest time. So this should be a fresh run on this one. So this should just be the beginning. But not that many people talk about it, so that might be an issue. OXT BTC pair. This one should run so nicely. This one hasn't moved, so we just need a little bit of a move over here on this, but this should go ahead and easily run about 76%. ETC, disrespectful. It's not at $20, so it should catch up with that easily and go to 20. Neo over here. We had a raise Neo target, so Neo to $90. I'm excited for one of my buddies who's been holding Neo for like the longest time. His finger broke, so he wasn't able to hit the sell button. Very tragic story. Band all-time highs incoming. Waves all-time highs incoming. Jesus fucking Christ. TRX. Oh my god. When you were supposed to bet more. Well, Kalio's been talking about this thing so much. What the fuck is this? Yeah, so this is probably going to be the result of a lot of these low cap coins that don't really cost that much. People are going to just be buying into them. While the big boys pump these coins like BNB and stuff. Bat's hitting like $2. Bat's been the easiest long of the world. Bat ranged for the longest time. So Bat's at all-time highs. This is just a fresh all-time high for Bat. How much of a high is this for all-time high? Or I mean for Bat. So this is a 143% all-time high. That's nothing. Send that higher. What else do we have? Consolidation since what? February? Not doing anything? IOST doesn't break structure, tight stop loss. Bitcoin pumps. Send it. DCR not done until the bull run's done. I mean, there's so many opportunities over here. Uniswap perp. I don't even know why Uniswap perp is going up if Uniswap isn't. So let's find out. Oh, Uniswap is going up a little bit. No, it's not going up today, but the perp is going up. Crazy world. Alright, last couple. Oh, what's this? I hate to say it, but YFI kind of looks like it's okay looking. I don't want to say it does, but it does. So 45K. Can C continue to $5? A ZEC finally moving for everybody in the world. $240. BAL, I'm in this play personally, so send this to 75. SNX, FTA breakout over here, $25. Then 30. I mean, these are all like I just gotta close my eyes and pick an entry and wait. That's all it is. Link looks really good as well. The only structure we need to break is up there. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get off stream. And yeah, I will be on tonight, definitely, without doubt. There's no puppies eating cake tonight and throwing up, so thank you guys for joining on today, and I will be on Twitch tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll go ahead and finish up more stocks and go over gold, because there's a whole bunch of things we missed out on. We missed out on semiconductors, we missed out on gold, so a lot more to go over. So yeah, thank you guys, and have a good day.